Hey guys, it's Dr. Mike from Kinetic Potential Physical Therapy. Today we're going to be going over a 5x5 strength program that's going to keep your shoulders, trunk, hips, back, and knees feeling great, getting strong so you can stay out of my clinic. Because we know that the best way to avoid injuries and aches and pains is to be resilient and strong. So follow along, be sure to comment, like, and share if you find today's video helpful. Watch the screen and do this, but it is affecting my balance. I know I got a kettlebell next to my feet here. But we're just warming up, getting our blood flowing. Got about 10 more seconds till we switch. We go down and we sit on our heels for some more thoracic spine rotation, because we're going to be doing some overhead pressing with some thoracic rotation. So I'm going to sit back. I'm going sitting back on my heels. I'm going to put my forearm down on the ground, my other hand on my low back, and I'm opening up 8 times per side. These are called T4 rotations. Make sure I got enough time here. 6, 7, 8. And if this bothers you to sit back on your heels, just modify and come up onto your hands and knees to do this. We're just trying to address your mobility. But something tells me squatting might be a little bit of an issue for you. That's going to be something that we get to work on today. 7, and one more. We got 10 seconds. Whew. All right, so we're going to be going onto our backs. We're going to be working on calf and hamstring flexibility. We're going to do 6 of these on each side. One leg's out, hug behind your knee, and you're kicking straight. 6 to 8. You should feel a pull in the back of your leg. This is going to help us with our deadlifting that we're going to do in the end, but also our swings. Whether it's a kettlebell swing or a dumbbell swing, we're going to be doing those. I'm going to make sure my timer works again. 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. We're going to take about 15 seconds here. We're going into side planks, which are going to work on our shoulder, our obliques, and our hips, just to get ready, okay? So we're working that trunk, we're waking everything up. We're going to pop here for 20 seconds. Hips are high, elbows underneath your shoulder. We're just warming up. We're not getting into our strength work yet, but we're going to be starting with a kettlebell or a dumbbell swing. If you don't have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, I want you to do squat jumps, okay? You're just going to be doing 5, while everybody else for the kettlebell swings and the dumbbell swings is going to be doing 10. So if you're swinging at home, you're doing 10. If you're doing squat jumps, you're only doing 5, okay? Because we're going to be doing some squatting and we're going to be doing some deadlifting later. We've got a couple more seconds of squeezing my butt, squeezing my abs, shoulders away from my ear, and we're just hanging out. Then we got our last exercise of our warm-up, which is gonna be a wide glute bridge, okay? Lots of focus on the glutes. We're on our backs. Knees are bent, we're pushing up, and we're just doing 12. Getting everything warmed up. 6. And if you don't have it already, grab some water, because we are gonna be doing 25 minutes of work. 4 more. 12. Okay. Let's see. We got about 30 seconds of rest before we get going. When you do your swings, you want to make sure you have a flat back, and whether it's a kettlebell or a dumbbell, it's up high towards your hips. You're fully locking out at the top, and that weight stops at your shoulder level. Now, just a reminder, we're going to be doing 10 reps every 10 reps every minute. We're about to get going. So we're doing every minute on the minute for 10. Here we go. Great. Park your bell, put your weight down. If you're doing squat jumps, just chill. We've got about 40 seconds left of rest. You're just shaking it out, staying loose. And yeah, so we're just working on our strength, working on our hips and our trunk with this one. And once again, if you don't have a bell at home, all you're doing is squatting down and jumping up 5 times. Everybody who has a bell, we're doing 10, okay? So we got 15 seconds left before we start round 2 of 5. Everything we're doing today is 5 rounds on the minute, every minute. Now I gotta get going here. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, 2 rounds in, I can still talk, I'm a little out of breath, but I can still have a conversation with you guys, and that's what we're going for. We're not looking to be gassed after any of this. If you're doing that, you're not going to be able to work with a weight that can improve your strength. And so that's why we're here. We're working on getting strong, okay? You'll get a little bit of cardiovascular endurance because of the pace at which we're going, but it shouldn't affect the amount of weight you can move. So we're looking to use a weight that's about between 6 and 8 reps would be the max, okay, for all this stuff, except for the swings. We want to do 10 swings if we can. Round 3, here we go. Okay, so that's round 3. So the swings, we're putting them at the front to get our heart rates up, to ensure that we're in that 60 to 80% rep range. What's up? Oh, your sciatica. Not if you're doing swings like me. I know I got a good swing form. All right, we got 2 more rounds of swings, and then we're on to overhead pressing. We're going to earn that lat length, shoulder mobility, and thoracic mobility that we need. We're going to hit save on all that stuff to make sure that we keep it ingrained in our movement patterns. We got 10 seconds left. We still have 2 rounds to go. 3, 2, 1. All right, 1 more round left of what I would say is probably the most difficult exercise of the day, just because it's a higher rep range. Everything else is 5s after this. 5 overhead presses, 5 rows, 5 squats, 5 deadlifts. Whatever weight you're doing, let's get comfortable with the movements, whether it's your first time swinging, first time overhead press, whatever it is. We'll have that brief little review of what you should look for. But get comfortable with the movement, with whatever weight you have. If you need more weight, get more weight. If you're good with what you got, just be safe with it. We got 5 seconds left. Last set of swings. Okay, so I got my heavier weight aside because I'm going to be using it for deadlifting later. Like I said, I have a bunch of weights here that I get to use, but if all you have is 2 weights, let's just keep on going. Got 30 seconds left before we do a seesaw overhead press. It's basically another name for an alternating overhead press. The weights are starting at your shoulders. I want you to turn towards the pressing arm. What's important here is that as you press, your elbow doesn't get outside your hand. That's going to cause some issues with your shoulder. So just really vertical and pressing up. Back to the middle and pressing up on the other side. We got 5 seconds left. Here we go. All right. So locked out. Tighten your stomach. And down. So, it's 10 reps total, but it's only 5 on each side. Now this weight is a little bit light. I've got the one I should be using at home, not in the clinic. But once again, I want to use a weight that I can only do 8 reps with for these 5. That's going to ensure that you're sitting at about 60% of your 1 rep max. So that's where we want to be to build strength within a certain capacity. So you can just go on and on and on. Instead of trying to work at 90%, 95% of your 1 rep max to build strength, it can still be done at 60 to 80% very, very effectively. We got round 2 coming up. Okay, here we go. Great, and if you're at home, you don't have weight, you say, crap, Mike, I can't do this. Do push-up, whatever variation it is. I'd suggest a bear crawl, going down, and pressing up. You're gonna get a little bit more deltoid than if you do a normal push-up. Maybe if you do push-ups, you can up it to 8 reps, 10 reps. We're looking for about 8 to 12 seconds of work total. Woo! All right, we got round 3 coming up. I'm huffing and puffing. I have a heart rate monitor on. I'm gonna post what my effort was during this. It should be somewhere between 60 and 80%. It's probably gonna be more like 65% would be my guess. You got 3, 2, 1. Lock it out and press. And that's where we wanna be to build strength, right? Like I'm saying, 60 to 80%. I can't say it enough. Tighten your stomach, little turn, using that thoracic mobility. And shoulder mobility to get your arm overhead. It's a combination of all these things that I've been working on with these IG Lives. We need great lat length, great pec length, good thoracic mobility, and wonderful glenohumeral or shoulder joint mobility as well to get our arms overhead. But then we got to hit save on the document. We got to make sure we continue to use it through our exercise and daily activities. And that's what we're doing here. So we're building strength, building neurological connections between our musculoskeletal system and our nervous system. And we're going to make sure that we keep these healthy shoulders by keeping them strong. We got round 4 right here. 3, 2, 1. Full lock out your elbow. Okay, and I'm sure I'm sneaking a couple extra reps in. Okay, so we got one more round of these guys, and then we're on to squatting. Whew, I picked some heavy weights to squat with, but I know it's between 60 and 80%. My 1 rep max, I'm gonna be using double 53s. Whatever weight you go with, make sure that it's challenging. If it's not challenging enough and you're just going through the motions, we're not gonna be building strength. We're not gonna be maybe getting a little bit of hypertrophy in the muscles to make them a little bit more resilient so you can handle what we throw at it every day. Some of your athletics, maybe you're playing softball or baseball or tennis or whatever it is, we need that overhead stuff. For the squatting, maybe it's you're running, you're jumping, you're cycling. Here we go, we're on 5. Whatever it is, we want it to carry over from what we're doing in the gym. All right, so these guys are going away from me. Nothing else I should need them for unless the squats get ridiculously heavy. Now with your squatting, everybody's squat is different. Whatever depth you need to go to, make it yours. If you need a bench, a chair, a table, something that limits your depth because once you go lower, you're doomed. Use that cue, okay? And then you can sign up for the Quarantine 15 days to make your squat better, so we can make your squat better in 15 days. That gets delivered directly to your inbox That bad boy's free for now, but it's not always gonna be. We can get your squats rolling. All right, here we go. First set of squats, 5 reps. Clean them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Woo, this is gonna gas me, but I love it. Woo, we got 5 rounds, 4 left, 5 reps. For the rest of this stuff, we got some rows after this and some deadlifts. Going over that pulling pattern. We're working on our squats right now, and then we got our hip hinge again. We did our hip hinge with the kettlebell swings at the beginning, which is probably the most functional of the exercises, the hip hinge pattern, because we're picking things up, we're moving them around. We need strong hips, strong back, strong trunk, all that stuff that you're gonna get with your hinge. But then there's the squat to really layer on the strength with it. Maybe you're moving, you gotta pick up some furniture. That's where this stuff comes in, right? We need to be strong for that. Here we go, round 2, 5 reps. Clean it up. 1, 2, 3. Watch those knees. 4, 5. Good. Not letting our knees cave in. There's not a ton of research that says that's terrible and we should avoid it. However, I think that if we continue to ingrain that pattern in our movement repertoire, we're going to be more likely to put ourselves in that position of weakness, not be able to express a bunch of strength in our hips. We're not going to be able to get stronger. This is really weak, it's passive. We need those knees at or slightly beyond your feet to express lots of strength in your hips. Sure, when we cut and we run and we're not loaded in the gym, that position's okay, as long as we train it, just like everything else. Okay. Woo, we got round 3 coming up. How are we doing here? Okay, we got round 3 coming up. Here we go, 5 squats. All right, we're up and rolling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 5. Okay, we got 2 rounds left. And it's all gravy. Some rows and some deadlifts, the easy stuff, right? Easy, working on our strength. Deadlifts might be a little bit light, depending on what your 1 rep max is. I'm not lifting 240 pounds for my deadlift, which is the 1 rep max, or which is my 60% of a 1 rep max. But I'm still going to be working on my patterning, because I know I'm going to deadlift tomorrow or Wednesday. Whew, here we go. Round 4, I think, I hope. We got round 4. Oh, what do we got here? Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, I missed my marker. Here we go. 5. I'll get a little shortened rest this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's getting heavy. 5. All right. Got 1 round left. We're like halfway through everything. We're feeling good. Okay. Whew. Awesome. We got 30 seconds left till the final round. I'm talking. I'm still not keeled over. Working at 60% intensity. Got about 20 seconds left before 5th round of squatting. Once again, building our strength. We're getting a little tired. So we got to dig deep, work a little bit on that muscular endurance, which is also going to help us with a little bit of hypertrophy, or the muscles are going to grow. Once again, making us more resilient, so we can avoid injury. That's why I'm here, right? All right, here we go, round 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, woo, 5. Okay, so we got bent over rows next. Once again, we're going to be working a low back isometric. So our low back is going to have to be working to prevent us from rounding. And then we're pulling to work on undoing all that crappy sitting we do to open up our chest, work on our posture, make those back muscles strong so we can do pull-ups, pull things, push things. Everything is stronger with a strong pull. We're doing these because not everybody's got a pull-up bar at home. Now if you don't have your weights and you're looking to do something that's a pulling, I actually want you to get on the deck and do a hollow body for 12 seconds. And here we go. We got bent over rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Woo. Easy peasy. All right, we got about 50 seconds of rest here. That's perfect. And grab some water. We're gonna fly in through this. This is going crazy here. 30 minutes total workout. 25 minutes of strength work. You're gonna need nothing else today, but we're working on fortifying our shoulders, our trunk, our hips, and our knees so you can stay out of my clinic. The stronger you are, the better off you are, especially if you're moving well with it. Whew. And that's what all those other lives I've been doing are about, getting you to move a little bit better with your flexibility and mobility, but then we got to use it to do some strength work. All right, round 2 of 5. We're flying. All right, I'm going to show you from the side here. All right, so I got my hinge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's important that your neck remains part of your spine here, so you're not craning like this and then pulling, because you're going to get really used to having those muscles contracted, and they'll be more likely to be tight throughout your day. A lot of people don't like feeling tightness in the back of their neck. It's usually a reason why people come and see me. We've got to do a bunch of stuff, got to spend too much time with me. I'd rather you just do this 25-minute workout and be good to go. All right, we got our 3rd round coming up. Feeling good. I misjudged how hard this is going to be with talking. Usually I'm just by myself and cruising along, not huffing and puffing, but the talking, that's the hard part of this. It's a nice challenge. It's a progression. If you're looking for another progression, what you can do is try to do all this with just nasal breathing. Here we go, round 3. Just breathing out your nose. Make it a little bit harder. And 5. Okay, we got 2 rounds left, and we'll be good to go. Let's see what people are saying here. Need some stretching for TMJ. I just made those videos last week. It will be coming out, I promise. Made a bunch of stuff for TMJ. No one's talking about it. Lots of people have it. It's really TMD. Everybody has TMJ, which just stands for temporomandibular joint. But TMD puts a dysfunction in there. I've got a couple things for everybody to work on if they need it. Working on your posture is number 1. Changing the position of your head and your jaw. It's number 1, can't be beat. But then there's some soft tissue stuff that I go over and a couple of strengthening exercises for the muscles of your jaw. All right, we got round 4 coming of our bent over rows. They work our low back as well. So you don't have to see me, you got strong back muscles. Whew. Okay, we got 1 round left. And it's on to deadlifts. So typically, like I said, we'd want to be working with about 60% of your 1 rep max of a deadlift. A lot of people don't know what that is. But you say, okay, what weight do I think I can do 8 reps with? That's what you'd want to be working with right now. That gets you to about 60%. That's good. That's very, 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 very general across the board. So, whew. Okay, we got a couple seconds left here before we go. So that's 60 to 80% is kind of a magic place. If we're doing 5x5s, anywhere between 1 and 6 reps is considered strength work usually. Anywhere between 3, I think it's 2 and 5 or 3 and 5 sets is also seen as a great way to build some strength. So that's why we're doing 5x5. It's that easy. Okay, it's simple, not easy. We got our last set right here. Okay, so here's the decision. I got 2 53-pound kettlebells, or I got 1 88-pound sitting up with my deadlifts. I think I got to go with my double 53s for it. It's going to require me to get a little bit lower in my hinge, maybe bend my knees a little bit more. It might look a little squatty to everybody, but it's still a deadlift, I promise. With your deadlift, you want to make sure you got that straight spine that we were using with the kettlebell swing. You're coming straight up and locking out. You're not going back here. That's a no-no while it's loaded, okay? We don't want to do that during our deadlift. We want to make sure that we're locking out our hips. You're strong in your trunk. If you're not strong in your trunk, then you're going to get into this extended position with a bunch of weight. It's not going to be pretty in the long run. All right, here we go. We got 5 sets of 5 reps of deadlifts, and then we're done. We're toast. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you don't have these weights and you're doing body weight, single leg deadlift, 5 on each side per round. Taking that one leg back, straight spine, straight leg in the back, 5 reps. That's your alternative with no weight. Maybe your bands aren't that heavy and you want to use the bands for that too. Be my guest. What do we got? Ooh, look at this hair. It's ready. It's ready for a haircut. Okay. Rocks your cheeks. Thanks for checking in. We got 25 seconds left before round 2 of 5 of our deadlifts. This is the last exercise in the 5x5. Should really be the 5x5x5. And I'll get into that in the notes of this once it goes to my IGTV. All right, we got 5 seconds left. Round 2. Okay, round 2 is done. You see, I'm not huffing and puffing as much as I was before. That's because this percentage is pretty low. For me, this is about 25% of my 1 rep max, maybe a little bit more nowadays. I haven't deadlifted over 400 pounds in a while. But we got about 35 seconds left. Just talking, hanging out, sweating a little bit. It's also 80 degrees in the gym right now, so that's not helping matters. 20 seconds left, then we got round 3 of deadlifts. We're all done after this. Maybe you can take an active recovery, go for a walk, maybe do some stretching. Probably going to want to do some hip flex or piriformis stretching. If you don't know where to find that, look on my previous IG lives. Got a million of them. Here we go, we got round 3. Okay, that was round 3. Winding down here, we got 2 rounds left, 2 minutes. We're all done with this. We did all that strength work in 25 minutes. You'll be good to take a nice chill day tomorrow or get your HIIT workout in for your cardiovascular endurance. Maybe push it to more like the 80% range once again. I'm wearing a heart rate monitor so I can post what my intensity was. It should sit between 60 and 80%, but I'm saying that I'm probably down at the low end of that right now. I'm able to talk. I could probably do a couple more reps of every set. I'm good to go. All right, so we got 10 seconds left for round 4. And this is what it should be like. You shouldn't be toasted. This isn't high intensity. This isn't Tabata. We're doing strength work. We're doing certain sets and reps to build our strength and our capacity up. And that makes all the lower end range stuff easier too. So if you build your strength up, you build your 1 rep max up, you're going to build up your 8 rep max. It's that simple. You're going to be able to do more for longer and stronger if you build up your strength. So we got 1 set left, and then I'm going to review some of this stuff just for those of you who chimed in a little bit late. And I'll be doing this next Monday as well. So we can keep going over some strength work. The moves will change. The scheme, the sets and reps are going to stay the same for the time being. Until I start going over the specifics of things like the Turkish get-up, maybe I can break down the deadlift a little bit more. Kettlebell swing and dumbbell swing definitely need their own hour. But for now, final 5, guys. Final 5. We made it. We made it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, guys. And girls. All right, that was today's 5x5 strength session, helping you remain resilient and strong so you can stay out of my clinic. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to comment, like, and share, and also subscribe so you can never miss a beat with what's going on with Kinetic Potential, where I'm here to help you move and feel your best. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.